If you know yourself that you're not South African, please stand up. Please stand up. Please don't try and stand up right now. Stand up. Sister, are you South African? Are you South African? Because we are going to check everybody. Check them. Please, if you're not South African, come with me. Come. Come with me. Come. Go. Hey, pass. Because Zimbabwe, you run past and go to the border. Hurry. You know yourself that you're not South African. Please leave me alone with good form. All these nurses and doctors, they are here for South Africans. Get them South Africa. Please stand up. Don't try us. You run past the border and get access.
South Africa, let's talk. We need to talk. Because what I just watched, this video I just saw, is not just heartbreaking, it is disgusting, it is unsettling. It shows just how deep the problems still run among us as Africans. It says everything about the sickness still eating at us as Africans. A mother and her child are thrown out of the hospital in Africa by another African. Now let me ask, where is your humanity? Where did your humanity go? Where is your Ubuntu? Where is it? How can you see a child and still turn them away from care? How? Are we that lost? What happened to us?
Let's say you are pregnant. Yes. Can you be happy?
So you make your women pregnant and make it our problem. Why is she not going to give you?
And this other video, this video here, this one is even worse. You see these black South African women standing side by side with another white South African to force out a black African and his pregnant wife. And when this guy pointed out the obvious, they turned on him, defended the white woman. In fact, they told him that they chose the white woman over him.
She's one of our own. In fact, I'll choose her before you. Don't come here and tell us about
I'm a born South African, so you take your medical insurance and go.
She's not South African. That's why she's here working with you.
Me and this lady will look alike.
No, in your country, Baba. Yeah,
I will not be quiet for you because you're a fucking quere. I will never be quiet for you. Don't you tell me I've got another color than you because you are a racist. Take your pregnant wife and go to your country. Asambeni. It doesn't mean nothing.
She's a South African.
Goodbye.
You are. We will choose her over you.
Bye-bye.
Imagine that happening here in Africa. Now let's be honest. If this was happening in some Western countries, if the switch is flipped, hell would have broken loose. If a European had told a black person not to access health care because they were a foreigner, and then tell the black foreigner they would choose another white European over them. Oh boy. In fact, I don't even need to tell you what would have been happening right now if the case was opposite, or if opposite was the case. But right here in Africa, it's happening with impunity. Black South Africans, they choose whiteness over their own brothers. This is not patriotism. This is Stockholm Syndrome. This is self-hate. This is mental slavery at its purest. What is wrong with you, South Africans? Yeah, it is. And to the South African government, don't act like you don't know this is happening. It's so appalling that this is happening and we have not actually seen you doing anything. This is no secret. Disturbing and unsettling videos like these ones are everywhere on social media. Your people are terrorizing fellow Africans while you all sit in silence or even stoke the fire. You owe your freedom to African nations. All of you black South Africans, you owe your freedom to African nations who sheltered your leaders, trained your fighters, gave refuge. They gave refuge to you, gave you refuge during the apartheid. And this is how you repay the continent, by humiliating its children on your soil because you feel they are taking your jobs. This is how you repay Africa for standing side by side by you during the apartheid. South Africans, you cry about colonial wounds, right? You talk about the apartheid, but you have become colonialism's perfect soldiers. You fight the wrong enemy. You are fighting the wrong enemy. Because the people who stole your land, the people who built the system of apartheid, the people who still sit on your mines, your banks, your land, they are still untouched. You don't talk to them. They are there. They control your economy. Instead, you unleash your anger, your frustrations on Zimbabweans, on Nigerians, on Congolese, on Ethiopians, on Mozambicans, Africans just like you. Tell me, what kind of liberation is that? Africa is bleeding and you are holding the knife. Because when you attack an African mother with a child, a sick child, when you side with the same people who oppressed you during apartheid, when you side with them over a black brother, over a black sister, over a black child, when you scream that hospitals are only for you, you are not fighting for South Africa. You are fighting against Africa. You are fighting against yourself. And trust me, history will remember it. History will remember you. So, South Africa, hear me clearly. You cannot claim to be the beacon of liberation while practicing apartheid on Africans. You cannot cry about racism while serving it on your own people who look like you. The truth is simple. If you continue on this path, you are not fighting for South Africa. You are destroying it.
If you know yourself that you're not South African, all these nurses and doctors, they are here for South Africans.
And when the world looks back, it will be your betrayer they see. They will see how you betrayed your own people. This is not just a South African problem if you don't know. It's an African problem. And now, let's talk about this nonsense you all keep parroting. This is one of your most talking points. Africans, go back to your country. Go and build your country. Why are you running away from your country? Why don't you want to build your country? I always hear you talking about that on live sessions. This is the only thing you talk about. As if migration is a black African disease. As if it is only Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Congolese, Ethiopians who leave home. No, South Africans are all over the world too. I know a lot of them. Here in Europe, there are a lot of South Africans. In Sweden, there are a lot of South Africans. In America, in Australia, in fact, in London, I know so many South Africans living there, looking for greener pasture. But when another African, a black African comes to your land, suddenly it's a crime. Let me tell you the truth. The problem of South Africans, black South Africans, is not Nigerians. The fact that you are jobless is not because of the Ethiopians or Congolese. No, they are not your problem. They are not the cause of your frustration. The problem of South Africa, black South Africans, is South Africa, South Africans, black South Africans. Yes, you heard me. If you can't get jobs, it's not because of other black Africans is because your leaders sold your land. They sold your wealth. They sold your future to the same system of white capital you refuse to confront. You can't confront the power structure, the white power structure that is oppressing you. You can't confront them. So stop lying to yourself. Stop living in delusion. Stop fighting Africans who share your blood, if you even have the same blood with us. Because at the end of the day, when you are done pushing mothers and babies out of the hospitals because you can't get a job, when you are done screaming, go back to your country, you will still wake up poor. You will still wake up unemployed, landless, while the real enemy laughs at you. Since you have been doing this, how has it changed your life? How has it bettered your life since you have been chasing Africans? You are destroying and closing up their shops. South Africa, take this as a warning. Africa is watching. We are watching. And if you keep turning your frustration on fellow Africans instead of the system that enslaves you, you don't have the balls to tackle the white power structure that is bringing you down, then one day you will realize you were never free. You were just the gatekeepers of your own prison because you are still living in prison.